Ahead with another concept which is on digital mapping of underground assets, OFC and power lines, and for that we have Mr. Rajeev Gupta, Managing Director, Underground Magnetics. So can we have a big round of applause for Mr. Rajeev Gupta, please?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My presentation is somewhat different from what others have given. Everybody is talking about the infrastructure above the ground, and I'll be talking about the infrastructure below the ground, which supports the urban infrastructure and of course the railways. It's coming? नहीं मैं देख चल दिया था yesterday. Sorry, let them load the presentation. So, underground infrastructure, especially railways, with respect to the railways, it needs to be mapped. What we see over the years that infrastructure is being laid haphazardly, but it needs mapping because other infrastructure is also going parallelly along with the fiber optics or power lines or gas lines, sewer lines, water lines. Everything is going all together. So here we go. This is an urban infrastructure. Go back. So, this is an urban infrastructure. What are the growth drivers of underground infrastructure? It's water, fiber optics, sewer, oil and gas pipelines, power cables, city gas. So, urban infrastructure is standing on a big underground infrastructure. If you are standing here at Bharat Mandapam, there is a lot of underground infrastructure which is supporting this. Similarly, railways and others are also supported by underground infrastructure. This is an underground infrastructure congestion at present. There is close to 55 lakh kilometers of underground infrastructure at present in India, which includes fiber optics, approximately 42 lakh kilometers. OFC with railways is approximately 80,000 kilometers, and 154 million water connections. That also goes to the household and commercials, and oil and gas pipeline network, city gas network, power line networks. So all this is already in place, and this is the forthcoming. Approximately 20 lakh kilometer of underground infrastructure is to be laid. It is planned. BharatNet is coming with 8 lakh kilometers of fiber optics. RailTel is coming approximately 20,000 kilometers. Airtel is going to expand approximately 70,000 kilometers. BSNL, RGIL, Vodafone have their own expansions. Other internet service providers have their expansion close to 1 lakh kilometers. Now with the power lines, roughly 1,50,000 kilometers of power lines is going to be underground. That's a mandate by the government at many places. Cities are to be beautified. Water, sewer and drain, Amrut 2 is on anvil, and approximately 6,50,000 kilometers of water pipelines would be laid under Jal Jeevan Mission. Jal Jeevan Mission, 35 million homes to be provided water. So much of infrastructure coming below the ground. And if we talk about the E4s, energy baskets, roughly city gas is going to expand at 1,20,000 kilometers, but this is not enough. With the recent West Asia conflict, government came up with a gazette that 126 million LPG connections to be converted to city gas, and there is already a gazette for that. So just imagine how much city gas pipelines are going to be below the ground. Then we have oil pipeline network, 8,500 CNG stations to be built new up to 2034. These all are the rough figures, but they have been taken from the authentic sources. What do we do? What are the consequences? Haphazardly laid, No mapping of the underground infrastructure, so ROW is limited. Everything is going in the same ROW on the side of the railways or on the side of the roads. So we keep on damaging each other's infrastructure because there is no map below the ground. If we start mapping, this is like if highways, this is if the water line is damaged, and other. Recently there was a case of Indore where contaminated water was consumed by some people and there was a fatality. So what happened is there was a sewer line and a water line going parallelly together. Somebody must have drilled over the period and then all got mixed together and nobody noticed. Had there been a map of where is the sewer, where is the water, they could have saved it. They could have taken precautions. So we need to map everything. These are the cases of oil pipe gas damaging and incidences reported by PNRGB, Petroleum and Natural Gas Regulatory Boards. This incident of railways, on 19th May 2024, a Jhelum Express was struck by one of the unmanned HDD and some people got hurt on that. I was called upon in 2024 to deliberate on the safety, there was a safety week, and I did inform them, please map, please get everything under your control. There are systems in place. You can monitor the real-time data. Who is drilling? Where is drilling? Where open trench is going on. You can get every data online in office, from field to office directly, and that same data can go via API to your GIS platform, uninterrupted, no manual intervention. Every data would be accurate. How to do this? We need to calibrate our GIS, Geographical Information System. Geographical Information System is a platform, but it needs data. It needs accurate data. If data is accurate, your GIS is accurate. Marking of landmarks, all underground infrastructure during the construction phase itself need to be mapped. Once you map it at the construction phase, you need not to go again and again and redo your work and identify where is your infrastructure below the ground. We are doing in the case of railways or the pipelines. We go again and map, identify where is my pipeline. You need not to do that. You do once and you use multiple times. Once you get a map, you get an increased interpretive power below the earth. You can see everything above the ground, but you can't see anything below the ground. Map is the only solution of your eyes. You can see below the ground where your utility is. How do we achieve this? Underground magnetics equipments are being used. They provide a real-time data. When the drilling is carried out, through the application and through the Bluetooth, the data is absorbed on the Android device and straight away sent to the server, and from server it comes directly to your platform. The GPS is so accurate using the cords, it is 1 to 5 centimeters accuracy. Now with the depth and GPS coordinates, you get a synchronous data. What we are doing is we lay it and then we come again and try to get the GPS data, which misaligns. Now this is a aligned and synchronous data all coming together. Road and railway offset tracks. You can get the offset from the center, how much you are laying towards your utility. You can get that offset. If in the future your road expands, then you know what is the center of the road. And this data can be integrated directly using API through GIS. Multiple capturing, multiple views. With BharatNet, our machines are being used for 250 machines are operating for RVNL. RVNL has taken UP East, UP West, and with Polygap, Bihar, Karnataka, Pondicherry and Goa, and with Delhi Buildcon, Jammu and Kashmir. They all get the real-time data, get into their GIS, and simultaneously this data is viewed by Ministry of Communication and BSNL. If you want to see that how the live data is coming, we can display it on our TV outside on our booth. This is a compliance network we have just designed that how it should work. This is going to help you in cost benefit analysis. You lay once and use multiple times. Now case 1. How do we do when we are laying via horizontal directional drilling? When we lay any utility via horizontal directional drilling, the data is captured on the device. And this device has got a built-in GPS. So every data, and has got a SIM card. So every data flows from there to the server and down to you. What we capture? We capture depth, we capture relative depth, we capture latitude, longitude, relative elevations, bore length, X distance, chart view, rod-wise view, so much of data. Roll, rat, track, offset, pictures, landmarks, everything can be captured. And how the report looks like, this is the report. We generate this report. You can see this data live on your computer anytime with date and time, so it cannot be manipulated. This was the one case scenario. Next case, when you are doing an open trench, we have the device with the laser, we measure the depth of the open trench and simultaneously capture the depth GPS coordinates using the application, and this is the report we generate. Third case, when there is a already laid OFC, or there is a duct or gas pipeline, it does not have anything inside, especially the OFC is not there inside. We can map it same way, putting the transmitter. Yesterday my person was there in Visakhapatnam for doing it for Airtel, and Airtel wants their OFC duct, which is not having OFC inside, to be mapped. I cannot declare the numbers here, but the number is huge. They don't have the mapping. This was done for GAIL. GAIL has laid approximately 75 kilometers in Jharkhand way back in 2022, but it was not commissioned. So in 2025 they asked us and we identified their pipeline and we mapped it. But we mapped 1 kilometer and rest is done by their contractors. This is when you already have an armored fiber, which is presently being in practice in railways or other places. You have an armored fiber already laid over the years and you want to identify it. So using pipe and cable locator with the GPS, we can map everything and get you this report. All the data is flowing real time to your place. This is the case scenario where already there is a duct inside. This we have done it for BharatNet at one place where the duct was already installed. So we pushed a duct rodder of 9 mm, which was the minimum space available, and it was armored duct rodder, and we connected our pipe and cable locator and we identified the entire route. This was the report generated. This is for the power lines. Similar way, our pipe and cable locators can be hooked with the power line, just hook below and then induce a frequency and map the entire power line. This is the report. We did this in Bihar for 1.8 kilometers. This is the dashboard of our web portal, and you get the entire report out of this. Now, who is adopting this technology? These are some case studies we did. Railway crossings. Most of the equipment of ours is being used for the railway crossings and near the railways. What is the initiative? Is used, BharatNet is using. We are in talks with the gas companies. Think Gas is talking to us. GAIL Gas is talking to us. GAIL, we have been meeting ED Shri A.K. Tripathi, and he is going to mandate this, that all the pipelines which are going inside need to be mapped at the construction phase. We have been also talking to telecom companies, CloudXtel, Indus Towers, Reliance, West Coast Uplinks, of course RailTel is also there, Lightstorm. Lightstorm is laying their fiber optics in Maharashtra and southern India for data centers, and they are very critical. Just to tell you, there are approximately 150 cuts for telecommunications, and each cut restoration cost is approximately 50,000. So if we map our utilities, we can reduce this restoration costs. Amrut 2 is going to do, and we are in talks with urban infrastructure, that whenever you are laying your water pipelines, they are not doing the ABD, which is the major part for laying any pipelines underground. We are also in talks with Delhi Jal Board and NDMC. We did a pilot project for them of identifying their sewers, which are more than 80 years old, and they don't know where the route is. One of them identified, we came to know that the Air Force quarters have been built over there. The drain was for more than 80 years. This is the one we did with the Delhi Jal Board, near to Taj Hotel. And we identified there 8 manholes. They were not able to identify which is connecting to whom. The same technology used, we push our transmitter inside, get the geo coordinates, and map their drains and sewers. This we did for NDMC. Thank you, sir. This we also did something with the SpaceX. Our equipment was used there. Thank you, sir. This was my presentation. Any questions? Any questions, sir?
Thank you. You highlighted a critical point which is being talked almost on daily basis regarding underground assets. And railway is of course complex, especially in the yard areas, the things are very complex. How do you map the underground assets which are non-armored? Because there are assets, two problem statements. One is we have to map all the assets, especially in the yard area. Second, we have to also identify which are live, which are not live, because unlive or assets which are not live are also left there, and people don't know whether those assets are live or not. So how to identify, because before you dig, you should know whether the asset which is underground, which is live or not live.
Sir, if it is dielectric, then it is really difficult until and unless we dig it out, because dielectric cannot be even identified by GPRs.
Most of the railway assets are actually armored, so we don't use unarmored.
So if it is armored, we can take a point of that from the chamber, connect it, and use our pipe and cable locator to identify it. We can do that.
Good morning, I am Dr. Kalsi, Gurugram Metro Rail Limited. So we had recently got the underground survey done for our corridor, and we found that the report that was given by the surveyor, there were many information that was missing. And ultimately we had to, for every pier, we had to carry out a actual cutting of the ground to ascertain that if anything else is not there. So what are the precautions or technologies which can come in future which will help the survey to be, underground survey to be more accurate?
As I mentioned, as I mentioned in my presentation, that whenever the fresh laying is taking place, ask the operators to map every utility, and those digital maps can flow directly to your platform also, so you know where they are laying the utility within your ROW. That will be point number 1. And point number 2, if it is already laid, as I talk with sir, we can put our transmitters inside and map in real time. If there is a pipeline, we can induce a frequency on that. If it is armored duct, we can still induce a frequency in that. And if it is a blank duct, lot of blank is in HTP, MDP form, we can insert our transmitters and get you the actual data, where it is. We can do that. I hope I answered the questions. Anything else? Any questions? Thank you, sir. Thanks for your time.
Please give him a big round of applause, everyone. Thank you so much, Mr.